Hi, and welcome to the Art of Spiritual Sleep. I am Wendy Rosenthal, and I am joined by Kabbalistic Sleep and Dream expert extraordinaire, and all of the best words I can put behind it, Mordechay Balas. How are you, Mordechay?
I'm great, Wendy. It's hard not to blush after these sets of compliments.
That's how I feel. I'm amazed I'm
Thank you.
very, very honored and I have a great merit to work with you. And I always am surprised by what I learn each and every time. So you have earned all
Thank
of
you. I
that and
feel the
more.
same.
Thank
At
you.
least the same.
We're very excited that you've joined us today. And if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. Just want to quickly share that the Art of Spiritual Sleep is a deep dive into the realm of sleep and dreams as explored, explained, and elevated and illuminated by the ancient wisdom of Kabbalah. Each week, we share insights that can help you uh, elevate your sleep, have clearer dreams, and have better days. And so we're very happy to have you here. At the end of every episode, we have two fantastic features you will want to stick around for. The first is the language of dreams, where Mordecai shares a sleep symbol of the week, helping you to learn how to interpret your own dreams and maybe help those around you with interpretation of their dreams. Also, we have something to sleep on, where Mordecai shares tips and meditations and exercises that you can do so that you can have a practice every day that will help you elevate your sleep and dreams. Today's episode is called Sleep by the Book. And we're very excited to
Yeah.
get in. We're very excited to get into it. The last few episodes, we've been talking about both physical and spiritual tools that you can use to better your sleep and dreams. And we're excited to continue on with this week's topic. I will let Mordecai take it away now. I think I've taken up too much of the stage at this point. So, Mordecai, tell us, what is Sleep by the Book?
So I think we can start by saying like that one of the things, I mean, we spoke about different things that can determine the quality of our sleep and the quality of our dreams as a result. And we spoke about things that you can do physically and things that you can do that I would say more on the energetic side. And it all comes down to a concept that some of us might be familiar with, which is like vibration. Like, sometimes we can go into a meeting or a scenario and say, I didn't like this guy's energy. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like the situation's energy, or I love that energy in that place. I don't know what was there, right? And basically, we are beings of vibration. We feel vibrations,
Yeah,
like the song of Marky Mark, Good Vibrations.
or wasn't that the Beach Boys a long, long time ago?
Maybe, yeah, also, right?
Originally.
Right. Yeah,
Well, no,
originally.
it's interesting that you're talking about vibrations. It's not what I entirely expected to talk about today, but I think a lot of people nowadays are talking about vibrations and
Right.
how we're we it's what makes energy, right?
And obviously, the higher your vibration, the higher your energy level, the higher you are receptive for quality and for also sometimes quantity, but for deeper sleep and deeper dreams. And what's really cool is that according to your vibration, the physicality is designed to match your vibration. I mean, many people probably are familiar with the law of attraction.
Right.
Um, like if you are in a good mindset, good vibration, let's say positive, right? So you attract, like the universe is designed, and Kabbalah talks about it, that the universe is designed to mirror your vibration, your consciousness, to show you that you are a co-creator in this universe.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I just wanted to do a quick example, just in case people aren't familiar with some of these concepts.
Yes.
So for example, if I wake up early in the morning and I'm not feeling so hot, like I got up on the wrong side of the bed, right? Would you say at
Yeah,
that moment,
that
like
happens.
huh? It happens. Would that mean that like my vibration is low? And so if I keep that
So
low
let's say,
vibration,
let's say if we give it like a number, okay? So
okay.
let's say someone, just gonna give like an example, right? Someone that is very low energy, low drive, let's say, sadness, like barely existing. Let's give it like a number. Let's say 5,000.
Okay.
Okay, vibration, like let's say in hertz, 5,000. And let's say someone that is more, let's say, how do you say chippy, right? Like more, a little bit more happy, positive, excited. Let's say that's like generally positive. Let's say 10,000. And
Okay.
let's talk about the extreme. Let's say totally excited, filled with certainty, filled with light. Every time they get into the room, they light up the room. Positive, happy. Let's say 26,000. So I learned from my teacher, from Karen Berg, there's no such a thing to be in one vibration. Let's say to be to be on this high vibration all the time. But throughout the day, let's say, if you had a good sleep, let's say you would start close to 10,000. But let's say if something was triggering, it can actually lower the vibration. Now, how long the vibration will stay low, that's really part of the journey of the individual. I mean, it can affect you for 5 minutes and then you snap out of it.
Right.
And then it takes some work to get back to the high vibration. It can take, for some people, hours and days.
And years.
So you want to look at your sleep time when you go to sleep as the moving average of that day. So let's say
Ah,
throughout the day, let's say you were at 10,000 and you had a moment of like 6,000 and a moment of like roughly, just to give us the idea, imagine you do like an average of whatever was the number of that day, and with that vibration, you go to sleep. Now, having said that, obviously, if you're going to sleep with sadness or feeling challenged or feeling hopeless, even though your day the average was quite high, the time before you're going to sleep has a greater weight in that sense, the
ah,
closer you get to sleep. So let's say if you had an event that triggered something in the morning, by the time you get to the evening, our nature is to forget. So it's not the same impact like in the morning.
right.
Versus having the same event that is lowering your vibration just before you go to sleep. So there's like a greater weight, depends on when you had this. So when you are on a higher vibration, you also elevating faster into higher realms. There's a direct correlation. You elevate faster to a higher realm when you go to sleep. There's a direct correlation between your vibration and how higher the soul goes.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is this is one of the reasons why people always say don't go to sleep sad or angry. This,
Or resentful. Yeah,
right, because it's actually low, and you could have had a really great day, and you could have been at like a 20,000, right, for the whole
right.
time until an hour before you go to sleep, and then boom, it's going to take your average down even
And
more
we're
so
talking
because,
naturally without taking any external supplements, let's say.
well, I mean,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
I'm assuming that
you
it's like,
know,
go ahead.
yeah, I'm saying not using certain things that might give you at least the illusion that you are high. We're talking about making, using or making the effort or using certain gifts to tilt the scales towards the higher vibration. Just
Right.
keep in
And
mind, right? Keep in mind that Karen Berg, our teacher, says it's not possible in our physical body to be all the time on, cheerful, happy, high, naturally. It's not possible 100% of the time. Is it possible 90%, 95, 99? Yeah, with a lot of effort, but not like the human being, our nature is gravity. It's like if we don't really give it energy, if we don't give our happiness energy, or anything, relationship, business, you have to give it energy for it to grow. So if you're not giving it energy, obviously it's going to be harder to get to a higher vibration. It doesn't
well,
happen naturally.
right. And but I think it's really it's a great visualization to say that if your sleep vibration, because I was going to ask like, well, it's great when you're awake, you can tell if you don't feel like happy, and then you can maybe do something, a happy dance or some way to get yourself
Right.
vibrationally up. But once you go to sleep, you're kind of asleep. So I think it's really, I had never heard this before. I think it's really interesting that it's kind of an average of your day, and
Yeah.
but the weight of it, the weight of your, it's like a weighted average of your day. So what happens in the couple of hours before has more impact on the overall average, which actually gives me a really great visual. I mean, just forget any other tool that I know that you're going to share, but, you know, just think about it in the terms of, a couple of hours before you go to sleep. It's almost worth like checking in with yourself and saying, hey, where am I? Am
Right.
I happy? Am I sad? Okay.
That's a great time to meditate, to look inside, to be dealing with spiritual matters. Like let's say you watch a horror movie just before you went to bed, or like very disturbing movie or very disturbing scene. This is affecting the vibration.
Got it. Yeah, so it's really important to kind
So
of take, but it's a great opportunity. That's what I love. I love the fact that even if you've had maybe not such a high vibration day, you still, in the hours before you go to sleep, you still have the opportunity to shift that and positively impact your average vibration for the day.
and by the way, if you're already watching something, watch a comedy, watch something funny, because that's gonna raise the vibration.
I like cooking
Even if
shows,
it's,
Mordecai.
yeah, my Elisheva, my wife, she's watching the cooking shows.
Right before I
Even
go to
something that
bed.
relaxes you. Yeah,
Yeah,
National Geographic, but not about the lions, something
right.
like very
That
nice.
doesn't relax me. Watching people bake cakes. Yay.
Yes,
All right, so
the
Mordecai, the
therapy.
title of this episode is Sleep by the Book. So what's the book?
So there are things that we can do in the day to day to raise a high vibration, like to raise to a high vibration. Like physically, you can exercise, you can dance, you can smile, you can go to a class that lifts you up. There's certain, and we already mentioned in the previous episodes things you can do. Let's say in the bedroom in terms of design, certain things you can do physically, the shower, the herbs, the Moroccan herbs. There's different things. The sage, different things you can do physically to raise your vibration, and these are awesome. And they serve, not to disappoint anyone, they serve Kabbalistically 1% of the tools you can use to elevate your vibration. Or the max you can receive through these is 1% of the max elevation you can have, which is still pretty good. I
Yeah, I
mean,
was
you
going
can
to
still
say,
feel pretty good after a shower, right? Now there's the energetical things, right? Like meditate, before you go to sleep, right? Breath walk. These are energy walk. These are energy walks, and there's more things you can do, obviously, that they deal with the 99% of vibration. So you can do much more intensity of going higher in your vibration in less time using more of like energetical tools like meditation. So what I want to share with you today is a tool that is beyond those two levels. So I hope everyone is already like getting excited because we did mention it before several times, many times in different episodes. I don't think we gave it like a full episode. And it's a book. Now, a look can deceive, so it's not a real book. And I'm talking about the Zohar, the main text of Kabbalah. So it looks like a book, but as I said before, like it's more like, for me, it reminds me like the never-ending story, right? If you watch the movie more than once, I mean, now if you watch it, it's a bit like disappointing relatively to what it used to be back then when it came out. But really, we have an opportunity as you connect with the Zohar, and obviously there are different levels of connection. It's a tool, and this is what's really exciting, that just by having the Zohar, and we're going to talk about different levels of connecting to the Zohar, but just by having the Zohar, it's going to lift your vibration. So let's say you have a copy of the Zohar in your bedroom. That by itself, the more you stay in the more like you're going into the room. I remember for my teacher, Rav Berg, saying that there is a special room in the Kabbalah Center. That if you're feeling low, your vibration is low, just go to that room, and that's the room that is going to lift up your energy. And it works like a charm, like a charging station. So I know, I mean, some people might say, you want to tell me that just by having a book, my vibration is going to change? Yes. And this is where it's taking you beyond the 100%, beyond the physical, beyond the energetical. It's a book beyond logic. It's something that really, just having the presence of it is taking you to levels that you cannot even perceive or imagine right now. And it raises your vibration, whether you feel it or not. I mean, let's say, you're reading the Zohar, you study from the Zohar, or you're just scanning the Zohar, which we'll talk about the levels. You might not feel anything, like, I'm still feeling low. I'm still feeling sad. I'm still not having clarity about this situation. I'm still feeling disturbed by what I experienced. Regardless, your vibration is already on the way up, whether you feel it or not.
Mordechay, just because I see them sitting behind you, you want to, for those people who are watching and not listening, want to just grab one and.
So this one is a special edition. It's actually a white one. It was printed after the elevation and the passing of one of our dear teachers, one of our colleagues, Shimon Sarfati. And this is really like just opening it, having it. You feel the energy. There's a concept in Cyrillic photography where you take a photo of an object or a human being, and you can see in the photo, it's a technique that you can see the energy field.
Right.
And you can see the energy field of the Zohar. It's unbelievable. Actually, it's beyond unbelievable. Really, like, and you see many people, many healers in the world, people that feel energy. You know what? Not even healers. Let's say you say, I'm not a healer. I don't know what you're talking about. We, as part of our Zohar project, where thanks to the generous donations of our supporters, we deliver Zohars to fire departments, firefighters, police departments, police officers, hospitals, and I cannot even begin to tell you. It's going to take us much longer. The responses that people are, it's just people start to cry. They don't even know what it is. They feel
Yeah.
the energy.
Yeah.
Why are you crying? You see a guy holding a book. Why are you crying? Because it's something that is touching the soul. Sometimes I tell my students, you know what? Don't even read the Zohar. Just go to nature, go to a place that you feel safe, and just hold the Zohar. Just hold the Zohar. So obviously there are different levels, right? Like of reaping the benefits from the Zohar. But it's a tool that raises your vibration. So let's say right now I'm at 8,000, 9,000, and I'm connected to the Zohar. The Zohar is pulling me up just by even being in the presence of the Zohar. Like when you are in the presence of someone in a room and you feel cheerful. I know that I experienced so many times with my teachers, with Rav and Karen Berg. Even if I had a low day, low moment, low time, the moment I would step into the room with my teachers, everything would go away.
I think that's a really great example. Sorry just to butt in here, but we all can connect to that. How many times, it's true. How many times have you felt down and then you saw a friend that made you smile, or your child runs in and you're like, just seeing them makes you smile. Like you understand how
Yes.
how different energies can work. And
In a
I,
second, your vibration can go higher. In a
exact in a
second.
second, exactly. And it is quite interesting having experienced, going on, projects where, people are handing out Zohars, or even me handing it to somebody, if I have an extra one in my purse, you really do feel like there is a completely different energy, and people are like the response that you get is very like, not like, oh, it's just people, you see it. I know I'm not using beautiful, eloquent words to
No,
describe
it doesn't matter. I'm
it.
telling you, even if you don't believe anything we say, what's what's the risk?
Right.
Try it. Doesn't work, don't believe it. Does work, believe it. Just keep in mind that sometimes it takes time for people to feel energy. I remember like my mom for more than 6 months. She's an earth sign. I love her very much. My mom, for 6 months, didn't feel any energy, but from experiencing this. But when it happened, she felt like she's being electrocuted. It was a non-stop experience.
Yeah.
So there are obviously levels. Like the first level is to have the Zohar. I mean, you can have a digital copy of the Zohar. Today, it's really beautiful what we have to offer, whether it's the Zohar app or Zohar.com, which you can go and see the whole Zohar online. That's one level. It's generating energy only when you literally scan it or read it. Another level is having the physical copy, and you can have the full set with the English translation. These are the books that are behind me. You can have, just in a different color, you can have one volume that is just the original text in Aramaic. Even if you don't understand, the soul knows, the soul understands. Like the eyes are the window to the soul. So just by having it, another level would be to scan top to bottom, right to left, just like you scan a potato when you go to the supermarket, right? The eyes have
Not,
the soul has the intelligence, right?
you mean you
I mean,
scan like
today
a
we also order
barcode?
online. Forget about it. It's but 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 we have this opportunity. That's another level. After having a digital copy or physical copy, another level would be to open it and to scan top to bottom, right to left. Um, Another level is studying. So I'm scanning, or if I'm able to read, and then reading the English or the Spanish. It has different translations, and making the best of my effort to understand. And to the degree I make the effort, to that degree it converts. Every paragraph of the Zohar is locked on a special piece of our soul. And to the degree you make the effort to understand, it converts any energy that doesn't serve us to positivity. It's really like it's an energy converter. So studying it, sharing it, it's one of the highest levels, really, like allowing other people, either using a monetary way or literally giving from your time or effort, sharing, giving the Zohar, talking about the Zohar, is just amazing. And by the way, for those of you that already experienced the Zohar, there's always higher and higher levels of connecting, you know? Because some of you might already have the copy of the Zohar, might already study or scan every day or share the Zohar. There's always room for more to develop the relationship.
For me, I'll just say this for those of you who are listening that already have it and probably are using it, like after many, many, many years of being a student and using the Zohar myself, I finally in this last year learned how to actually read the Aramaic. And for me, that connected me in a completely different way that for 25 odd years of me having the Zohar around in my life, like I had never experienced. So there's always more you
And,
can, always more you can.
and another thing that is like mind-boggling, really crazy, 50 years ago, very few people had a copy of the Zohar.
Right.
Very few in the whole world. Today, we have access to it completely. Anyone who wants can access it. There are no excuses. So the recommendation of the Kabbalist is at least 30 minutes a day to take your Zohar medicine. Right? Like the human being, the nature, as I said before, the vibration is to go lower, gravity. If you don't invest in your spiritual well-being, it's gonna go low. It's gonna go low. So you want to take the medicine. And by the way, it doesn't have to be 30 minutes straight. You can do 5 minutes, 2 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 1 minute there. You know, you can even do like maybe on your phone, on your device, you can just time, like put a timer, and every time you connect, just use the timer to see how much you did every day.
Well, I also want to say, as somebody myself, who I connect, I often, almost all the time, before I'm going into a meeting, I'm a business person, right? Before I go into a meeting, I open up the Zohar, even for one paragraph, just to, again, raise my vibration, bring my confidence
Yeah.
level, know that I'm working with a higher power, working with the universe. So there's lots of ways you can use it. And I just want
And again,
to,
you can do it throughout the day, and highly recommended just before you go to bed, just before you go to sleep. Yeah, we don't use it in the bathroom, or we usually it's recommended to while you're dressed, because it's really a lot of energy for us to receive. It's beautiful energy, and it's recommended either to sit or stand when you're scanning or reading or connecting, because that when you stand, actually you draw the most energy. But I don't know how many of us can stand, for 30 minutes straight, or, well, it depends. It's for each individual, it's more personalized to them. And as a result, you will experience, I'm not just assuming, guessing, I can guarantee to you, you will experience greater sleep, greater dreams. It's a recipe for success.
so just to kind of bring it out around and to close,
Yes.
It's something that you can use to raise your vibration throughout the day. As you said,
Mm-hmm.
you want to go into your night's sleep with the highest vibration you possibly can because you're bringing that with you into your sleep, and therefore your soul has a better opportunity, smoother opportunity to elevate and to connect to the place where all the dreams come from and all the messages and things like that. And we'll give you some tips at the end on how to do
And by the way,
that.
let's say I studied Zohar for 30 minutes. Like imagine, if there was like a tablet or a device that shows your vibration as you are, there might be something like this, I don't know, but it shows your vibration as you are studying the Zohar. You will see that it takes you to 26,000 to the max when you are doing it. And then, so let's say you are at the top when you finish reading, studying, scanning, right? So then from that, it's like, riding the bike. So you stop pushing the pedals, you're still on the go, right?
Right.
And it's a bit less and less, depends on how was the day, but it really, I mean, it doesn't mean that now you need to do the whole day Zohar scanning, but the 30 minutes, they really take it to a
Right.
level and they maintain it in a very high level
Right.
relatively to
Well,
where you would be if you didn't do it.
and if you think about it as a weighted average, right? How
Right. It's
long
going to be
people
a
can
major,
function
major
at
difference.
the higher, then it's going to have an overall better impact on you.
And if you're already doing 30 minutes, raise it up and see the difference.
Okay, great. All right. Well, at the end of the show, we'll give you some information about how to find the Zohar, connect to the Zohar. But first, we're going to talk the language of dreams. And Mordecai, what is the
Yes.
sleep symbol of the week, please?
Surprise or not, we chose the symbol when you see a book in your dream.
Okay.
So a book for us in general represents content, energy, essence. Like imagine, we would be able in the future to download to our consciousness the books, right? Like we download to our device.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a book in your dream, you receive a download of the energy that is associated with that book.
So,
So if it's an energetical book, let's say the Bible, the Torah, right?
mhm.
So you receive energy of spiritual elevation if you see it, right? And some Kabbalists even say that if you read from it, if you see it, if you open it, it's related to receiving, bringing more children to the world.
Hmm.
Um, um, Obviously, if you see a cooking book, it might show you that your cooking skills are about to be elevated. But there are also books that are not so, let's say, the best energy or the most supportive energy. So the Kabbalists mostly refer to different books like Psalms of King David, gives you like a certain energy, or the Book of Kings that speaks about the different kings that ruled in that time. That's energy of mercy. If you're reading or you saw the scroll of Esther from the story of Purim, that means that you downloaded, you received the energy of miracles, because Purim is the energy of miracles. And obviously, if something happens to the book, let's say you're reading it, that's great. The book is burned, not the
Not so
best,
great. Well,
right? Recommended to really consult with the dream interpreter. But in general, it's about receiving the essence of that, of what that book represents.
okay, so that begs a couple questions. Sorry. What
Yes.
if you see that you're reading a book, but you have no idea what the book is? Is there a general meaning that, it can help you understand what's going on?
Well, usually when that happens, which is possible, especially if it's a language that you don't understand, um, that can be an indication to look into the other details that happen in the dream.
Okay.
Because the book is definitely a major part in that dream. Or let's say you enter a library, right? The library is a set, it's a collection of downloadable energies to your consciousness, to your system. So it really depends on what happened in the rest of the dream. But in general, it's talking about a book that you don't understand,
Or
or a
don't know what
book
it
that is,
is.
or don't know what it is. It's connecting to your potential.
Okay.
Because right now you are not aware of your potential.
Right.
You might think you have a great potential, but you're not really aware on what is that potential.
Okay. And what if it's what if it's an everyday book? It's not some spiritual book. What if it's just like, oh, I'm not going to promote any one author, but what if it was like a action adventure title that was just an everyday book?
So that might mean, and for some of us it won't be the best, the most pleasant answer, but I'll say it as it is. It might mean that the individual is too busy with things that are not so important.
Ah,
More
interesting.
busy with the physicality, more busy with the worries, more giving energy to things that are, the priorities are there to be changed.
Okay. And then connecting that to what else is in the
Yeah.
dream.
What,
And
el- what, el- what else?
is there a difference, sorry, is there a difference between you reading a book or you seeing somebody else read a book?
So if you see somebody else, it might be a message for them that they are getting the energy. It might be also for you that you're going to get that energy through them.
Okay. Ah, interesting.
So I would recommend, let's say, if you have a dream like that, to approach the individual that you saw in the dream, and of course, if they're in the physical
Yeah, I was
reality.
just
If they're
thinking
in the
that. I was like,
metaphysical reality, it's a different story. I mean, you would still reach out, but more in the mind, prayers, meditations. But if it's someone that is in the physical reality, you can literally connect with them. You don't have to say the details of the dream, especially if they don't really know what it's about. But you can say, I dreamt about you, and I believe I can receive from you something on that matter. It depends, of course, what was the book. And if it's unknown book, this individual can be a conduit for you to tap into your potential.
ah, I love it.
Yeah.
Really, it seems like almost such a simple symbol, but not.
Very profound.
Okay.
That's the word. Because
So,
also the Zohar is not just a book, it's very profound. I mean, if it was a ball of fire, everyone would get, give me one for the living room, one for the bedroom, or like special effects. But no, in order for us to access our free will, it looks like a book. So then we have to go beyond of what we see and get excited about it.
got it. All right, that's obviously going to lead us to something to sleep on, which I have a sense we've already talked about, but let's recap it.
Right. So I would say either go to Zohar.com or download the free Zohar app. Bottom line, take your connection to the Zohar to the next level. If you already have the app, or if you already have the Zohar.com access, maybe it's time to get the physical copy of the Zohar. And there are different ways you can get it. You can even get the pocket one just to carry it with you. So many beautiful ways. And if you already having a copy, take it to a level of daily scanning. If you're already scanning, daily studying. If you're already doing daily studying, daily sharing of the Zohar with people, talking about it, sharing in so many different ways. And you can time for yourself the 30 minutes of connection. Make the effort to do at least 30 minutes a day. And even if you accumulate it throughout the day, and journal the shift that you're having on your sleep and dreams.
And also, weren't we saying that maybe to make sure that you do at least a little bit of that time right before you go to bed, right?
That's correct. As
Okay,
much as you can before you go to bed, the better.
awesome. Okay, and we'll put this on all of our social media sites, and you'll see it on the screen in a minute. But we want you to be able to connect. So if you go to zohar.com, there you can find the whole Zohar easily to read. You'll see it once you get there. You can also go to Kabbalah.com to the store, and you can find the Zohar if you're interested in maybe having any version of them, even the small
And keep
pockets.
in mind that today, these days, I mean, it can change any day, but thanks to generous donations of our supporters, we have the opportunity, and it depends really on the funds. You might go online and you find out that the Zohar is available for you free of charge.
True.
Free of
Just
charge.
except for shipping.
Yeah, I mean, which is not like really significant relatively. I
Right.
mean,
No, it's amazing. It's such a gift.
so
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Mordecai.
pleasure.
I'm so happy that we finally had an opportunity to share more about something that we have spoken about. We've even given you paragraphs from the Zohar over the last 60 plus episodes, for something to sleep on, and to have the opportunity to share a little bit more about it is really fantastic. Like I said, you can find all of the information that we're sharing with you today, the archives of all of our shows on our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So please look for all of this there. Share, subscribe, like. We really want to make sure that everybody in the world, every single human being, has the opportunity to better their sleep and their dreams. So the more you share and the more you like, the more opportunity there is for other people in the world to do the same. Um,
And in the words of my Kabbalah mentor, when I was introduced to the Zohar, your life will never be the same again in a good way.
Yes, and you want to, and all of us want to share that amazing energy with others. If you are interested in a dream interpretation, you can reach out to Mordecai at dreams@kabbalah.com. If you would like to speak with Mordecai one-on-one to either work through a sleep challenge that you want to overcome, or you just want to enhance your sleep in a more profound way, you can reach out to Mordecai at artofspiritualsleep@kabbalah.com. Also,
Again, Art of Spiritual Sleep at Kabbalah.com.
isn't that what I said? Yeah?
Yeah, I think you said Mordecai at Art of Spiritual
Oh,
Sleep.
right. So you can reach out. Right. No Mordecai, just Art of Spiritual Sleep at Kabbalah.com. Thank you for
Yeah,
clarifying. And
sure.
uh, you can also find us on all your favorite podcast platforms. And if you have any comments, questions, please feel free to leave it in our on the social media sites. We do check them all the time, and we're happy to answer any questions that you may have. We wish for you an amazing high vibration week before we see you again, and fantastic sleep and dreams.
And enjoy your experience with the highest vibration that we know, the highest vibrational tool, the Book of Splendor, the Book of the Zohar. Have a good night.